doing Morphosyntax, and this is Unit 3, and we're going to cover numerals today. So look at your manuals. It says numerals include all numbers. So remember, number in syntax means plural or singular, and numeral refers to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So it includes all numbers, whether are as words, for example, the word 13, or as digits, because there are sentences that contain numbers. Okay? They may be divided into two major types: cardinal numbers, which include words like not, 0, 1, 2, 3, 56, 10, 1,000, and ordinal numbers, which include first, second, third, fourth. They follow an order. Okay? That's regarding numerals. We classify numerals as a subclass of nouns. Remember, we covered nouns and then we covered pronouns. Now we cover numerals as well. They are all in the noun category, because in certain circumstances they can take plurals. For example, 5 twos are 10. Notice that we pluralize the number twos. Yes? And nouns are the open class category in morphology, which take plurals, not adjectives, for example. He's in his 80s. Notice that we pluralize 80s. What else? They also may take the definite definite article the. They may also take the. For example, we say the 4th of July, and we also say the table, the window, which are nouns. So nouns and numerals behave the same. A product of the 1960s. And some plural numerals can take an adjective before them, just like other nouns. For example, the house was built in the late 1960s. So late functions as an adjective here. He's in his early 20s, early, adjective. The temperature is in the high 90s, high is an adjective. So it behaves like nouns. Now we need to take something into account. In each of our examples, the plurals, the numerals, occur independently, that is, without a noun following them. In these positions, we can classify them as a type of noun because they behave in much the same way as nouns do. Notice, for example, that we can replace the numerals in our examples with common nouns. We can say he's in his 80s or he's in his bedroom. The 4th of July, the beginning of July. A product of the 1950s, a product of the revolution. We can switch from numeral to noun because they behave like nouns. What do we say numerals are? We classify them as numerals. Now, numerals do not always occur independently. They often occur before a noun, as in 1 day, 3 pages, the 4th day of July. In this position, we classify them as determiners. Okay, so be very careful then when classifying. If I say 1 car, this is a determiner. Okay, this is not a numeral. This is a determiner. Why? Because there is a noun after it. Alright, and now let me see. In the example, he is the 5th. 5th is not a determiner. 5th is a numeral. So you need to see what comes after the word, the numeral. Okay, so that we can classify them either as determiners or as numerals. The same happens with pronouns. Remember last class or the previous video? Pronouns and numerals behave the same. Now we're going to cover derivational analysis. Okay? It says, Spanish and English share a number of features in their derivational structure. In both languages, derivational affixes are stem forming. Derivation is a continuing process in both languages, with some affixes still producing new words. Both languages have derivational prefixes as well as suffixes. And then it says, provide examples of items in Spanish which, though they exist, are not the usual semantic equivalents of English. Then do not sorry. Oh, coronavirus. Okay, then do the opposite with English. What does it mean? What does it say? Okay, derivational analysis is a part of morphology that has to do with the study of affixes that create that affixes, yes, that are related to different meanings. In this chart in particular, we're going to compare two languages, and these languages share the same morphology. The words are morphologically similar, but their meaning is very different. Okay? For example, the Spanish embarazada is kind of similar to the English embarrassed. But how do you say embarrassed in Spanish? Yes. I thought about preñada. That sounds horrible. Avergonzada. Or avergonzado. Okay. Another word. There are thousands of words. For example, the Spanish word red. La pelota se fue por la red. And the English word red. They are morphologically identical, but the English word red in Spanish is translated rojo. Like this. And then you have to do the opposite. Okay? For example, the English word actual in Spanish looks like Spanish actual, but actual in English is said current. Things like that. So fill in the chart, please. You just need one more. Okay, superlative and comparative form. This is derivational analysis. Comparative and superlative suffixes are another example of derivational affixation. For example, tall, and if we add the suffix, the affix then we're making it comparative. If we add the suffix est, is superlative. What would be the rule for doubling the consonant? What do you think? Yes, you're right. A consonant becomes double in this construction. Yeah? Consonant, vowel, consonant. And then you double the consonant. Example. The examples are there. Big. Big is a consonant, a vowel, and a consonant. So I need to double the consonant and add either the comparative form or the superlative form. That's it regarding English. What about Spanish? Spanish says that, let me see, still English. English has a few diminutives. For example, Johnny. So apparently the Y makes John smaller. And cigarette, the suffix et, then makes the cigar smaller. And piglet, okay, the let suffix makes the pig smaller. So there are we can see three diminutive forms here, but these diminutive forms are not very common in English. There are not many words that have this let, for example, booklet, for example. But it says that English has a few diminutives. What about Spanish? Do you think Spanish has many diminutives? Yes, 7 types of diminutives. Okay? And sometimes diminutive can be used metaphorically to express pejoration. Not small in the sense of size, but small in the same sense of vulgar, probably. Okay, so you need to provide examples with these suffixes. Ito, for example. Pato would become patito. Yeah, so ito, the suffix ito makes it small. Illo. Chico, chiquillo. Like this, okay? And please look for words. And then we have augmentative suffixes. So we're covering diminutive and augmentative. The Spanish augmentative suffixes have no counterpart in English. What does this mean? No counterpart. There are no augmentative forms in English. Remember this, please. Super important. We have comparative forms and we have superlative forms, but not augmentative forms. There is no suffix in English that makes words augmentative. Okay? Do we have them in Spanish? Of course we do. Spanish has a lot of them. On, for example. Cabeza. Cabeza is the word. So, cabezón. So, big cabeza. Okay. And I don't know. You think on words and let me know. And then we have two more concepts and we finish with this. Compounding we covered in Unit 1. You know what compounding is. But enclisis, this is a new term. So, enclisis is a process of word formation in which stems of two word classes combine in such a way that one occurs only with the other. Example. Está dándomelo. Dándomelo is a word, one word in Spanish that has three parts. Me, lo, and dando. It means me, lo, está dando. Okay? So there are many other examples for this. This process, this phenomenon is called enclisis and is part of derivational analysis. Okay? Escríbemelo. Okay? So this is how we put everything together. And now regarding compounding, you know compounding. So what learning problems do you think learners of English will have when studying Spanish, or the opposite? Well, they might be a bit confused with all the choices that they would have for diminutive and augmentative forms, probably. And what problems do we have? We Spanish speakers have. Taller, tallest, we usually confuse these comparative superlative forms, or we don't know how to use them, etc., etc. And what about this semantic equivalence? We have a lot of confusion. Many people still think that actual in English means actual in Spanish, and it doesn't. Okay, so we need to learn this. Okay, if we compare Spanish and Guarani, for example, there are so many morphologically equivalent words that have no meaning at all. Like the meanings are super different. The word letrado, which means una persona llena de letras, muy estudiosa y muy culta, has nothing to do with the Guarani meaning for letrado. Or ahora. The Spanish word ahora means now, in this moment. But ahora in Guarani, it means surprise. As in, ahora me chusca, señora. Okay? What a surprise that you're pretty today, or something like that. Okay, I'm not very good at that one. Anyways, we finished this unit. Next class, we're going to cover determiners. So, I need you to go over the manual again, do the exercises, and please make sure you ask me questions if you have them. I'm going to probably give you exercises to practice. Okay? Goodbye. See you.